Hello and welcome to Kineo Totara office hours. Thanks for coming today and taking a look at the new drag and drop question types introduced with Totara 9. I will be your host for office hours. My name is Tammy Belgard and I'm a platform consultant at Kineo. My job is to work with our clients on configuration, documentation, and training for their Totara sites. Let me just give you a brief explanation as to what Kineo office hours are. Office hours are a 15 to 20 minute overview of a feature or function that is available in Totara. Our clients and others are welcome to attend. It is open to all. Once the presentation is over, we will go into a Q&A with our clients, and they can ask any question pertaining to their Totara site. The Q&A is only available to our clients though. The 15-minute presentation, however, will be uploaded to YouTube and made available to the public. So today's office hours are the new drag and drop question types that have been introduced with Totara 9. We're going to take a look at the different drag and drop question types and then how to set them up in a quiz. So now we'll get started. So if you can see my screen, I'm currently logged into a Totara 9 site, and I'm going to take a look at a quiz that already have the drag and drop question types set up. Okay, so right now there are 3 different drag and drop question types that are available. The first one that we're going to take a look at is called drag and drop text. And here's an example of what it would look like. So in drag and drop text, I have entered in here 6 different options that are available to drag into the sentence. If you'll notice here, there's a little bit of an explanation as to what it does. Basically, you have gaps and you set up question 1 and question 2 in this particular instance. I can click on the answer, drag it up, and it'll put it into the sentence. Let's take a look at the way the question is set up. Okay, so you should be familiar with the question types previously. The question text is set up here. Question name, we ask that you use a question name that is relevant to the question so you can go back easily to find it. On this particular question here, this is the actual question. The cat is the 1, 8 green eggs, and 2. So you'll notice in here, on this we have a double bracket, left double brackets and right double brackets over each one of these question types. And this will identify your fields. I give it a point value, and then this is how it sets it up. So basically here what I'm doing is I have how many choices are available. As you saw in the display, I had 6 different choices available, and basically right here for 1, the first answer is hat. For number 2, it's ham, and then you'll see that there's choice 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are all considered to be in part of group 1. So basically it's saying these are all part of the same set of answers. Choice 3 through 6 are not legitimate answers because we only have up in our question type 1 and 2. And that's how we get the larger display of results rather than just the 2. Okay, so we have choice 1, 2, 3 through 6. The correct answer here for this one's hat. The next one is ham. As previous questions, there are some additional feedback and information that you can put in there. We're going to leave that blank. And I'm going to hit cancel here and go back into the question. So this is option 1 and 2. Shirt is option 3. Spinach is 5, 6, and 7. I'm sorry, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Now let's take a look at drag and drop marker. Now drag and drop marker allows you to use an image if you'd like to, and then you just basically drag and drop into that area. So basically I can just grab Midwest, drop it in there, Northeast, Southeast, Southwest, and West. Now this is what's the interesting part I want you to take notice of. I don't know specifically where somebody is going to drag that answer up, so I need to make sure that I've accommodated an area for an answer that is larger than just that one specific area. So this is the way the drag and drop marker looks. Here's how it works. Again, put in a question name that's relevant. And then down here, it's just basically the instructions. This is not the actual question. So just match the regions with the area. You give it the point value that you want. You come down into this area here where you actually drop in the background image. So right here is the regions map, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so it's just the map, and now how do we get the zones? We've got that in there, and now you can see that this area all in here is where I can drop it. As long as I drop west within this range and Midwest in this range, I will get that answer corrected. I'm going to click on the markers. So here it says for marker 1 is west, number 2 is southwest, and this is basically the way it's going to lay it out in the question. So those are my 5 markers. The drop zone. In the drop zone, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select a shape. Right now it's circle. There's other rectangles and polygon, but we'll stay with circle. Now the coordinates is what we need to take a look at here. Basically on the coordinates, it's all based upon the grid lines that we have within this map area. You'll notice that it put grid lines in here. So for every 10 pixels down, it's 3 boxes. Let's say 3 boxes, it would be considered 300. Now you can test your coordinates out. So if I go here on drop zone 1, let's go down here to drop zone 2. If I go to drop zone 2 and I change this to 230, you'll see it move way off. Okay, let's just put 20 on there, and that'll put it there. Let's put 230 and 20. What happens if we have 20? It goes way up there to southwest and 4. So it goes to the left and up. Those coordinates, and then this 50 is basically how round of an area do you want to include in the circle. So 50 is where it's going to show here at this area, and now if I want to change this to 60, I've actually increased the area in which they receive it. If somebody puts a southwest over here on the far left-hand corner, it's going to give you an incorrect answer. It actually won't let you drop it there. No, the zones are not always circles. Actually, what we can do is, like I said, there's polygons and there's rectangles. So you can change them. Right here is where you have your answers. Now you've identified which marker goes into which drop zone. So I've identified my markers, and so you choose your markers for those drop zones. Down here you have the same question opportunities to add feedbacks, multiple choices, or multiple tries that you would in a normal question setup. And we'll hit Save Changes. We'll take a look at this again. And I'll drop myself out of the zone here. Midwest, it will be marked incorrect. Well, let me do it this way. Let me do it correctly so you can see that. Put it there, Northeast and Southeast. Okay, now we're going to go to the next question. Drag and drop question type. It's called the drag and drop text onto image. And this is what it's going to display. You can click and drag the different text items or an image if you'd like into the particular image. You'll notice that the boxes are somewhat displayed and highlighted so I know where I'm dragging it into. If I try to drag it into an area that doesn't exist, it will not allow it. Let's take a look at how you set up this drag and drop question. On this particular drag and drop, it's set up the same. The question name should be unique to the question. You have the question text, which again is going to be basically describing to the individual what they need to do within this drag and drop. We have a default point of 1. Now let's go down. Let's take a look at the background image that you can copy and paste into this location. And this is what I've actually uploaded. I have the particular items pointed out on the image. On this one, my draggable items is basically what we saw down here at the bottom, the text. Those are the draggable items. I have it set to text, but it can be an image, and you can upload that image. Each one of these draggable items, 1 through 8, is going to be assigned into group 1. If I assign them to different groups, what would happen is it would basically say it's different individuals, and it will color code them. We want them to all be included into the same group, so group 1 is being assigned. Let's collapse draggable items and take a look at the drop zone. Now these drop zones are set up a little bit different than what we saw previously on the drag and drop marker. Here, if I take this like number 1 here, it has the correct answers. All the correct answers are there. Let's say it's in the wrong area. I can click on that item and drag it up. And when I release it, you will see that in drop zone 1, it has changed. Now it's left 16, top 86. Let's drag it back down here to 1. And this is left 8, top 171. That's how you can determine what your drop zones are going to be set up as. Each one of these, like I said, has a draggable item with the correct answer in here. On the drop down, it'll give you the options of the different ones that are available. Once more, you have the ability to create feedback, multiple attempts, and so forth, just like you did on the previous question types. Once it's saved, this again is what it's going to look like, and I can just drag and drop into those items. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation on drag and drop question type settings. And now we're going to go into our Q&A.